Hey everyone, I'm Abbey. Welcome to Abbey's Kitchen. So today we're going to be talking a little bit about a question that I get asked quite often, and that is, why don't we ever get to see baby E? I mean, I reference him quite often. I talk about my mom struggles and things that I've been experiencing in the past almost year since I gave birth, but I haven't actually given you guys a chance to see him in action. So I want to talk a little bit about that. Before I get started, I want to make sure that I'm clear that this is not meant to kind of shame other moms about the decisions that they make when it comes to sharing photos of their babies or kids online. Second, I think that, there's a lot of benefits to sharing photos of our kids online. I know that a lot of us have family that live abroad or afar, and they don't actually get to see their kids every week or every month, watch them grow up. And sharing those photos online means that they can actually kind of be a part of their life. So there's definitely a lot of benefits there. Not to mention, I want people to know that not sharing every single milestone of my son online is really, really hard for me. I mean, left to my own devices, I am a total sharent. And a sharent is basically a parent who wants to share, all those amazing moments of their child's life with the rest of the world. I am that mom. I would totally kind of want to share every photo of them in the bath, in the high chair, rolling around, just looking like a mess. I want to do that. But there's a lot of reasons why I've kind of made the decision not to, and I want to talk a little bit about some of those today. So number one is just a concern over his safety. I'm a parent, and like all parents, I think my number one role as a mom is to make sure that my son is safe and taken care of. And there's nothing that scares me more than thinking of a scenario where that wouldn't be the case. So I'm not suggesting that my son would be like an automatic target, and having his photo online just automatically means all these weird perverts in the corners of the internet are going to come after him. That seems a little kind of conspiracy theorist right there. However, I have no idea what the future holds when it comes to technology. And when it comes to, between geo-targeting and facial recognition, I just want to make sure that I'm not setting my son up for a scenario where his safety could be compromised. Okay, so number two, I don't feel like I really have the right to curate his digital footprint for him. So I am ultimately like a millennial, and I feel very privileged that I grew up in a world where I got to adulthood and I had the ability to curate my online presence, who I was or who I was perceived to be online. And I think it's going to be a rough go for this new generation of kids who are growing up in an era who have that whole digital footprint, that whole life, that whole brand already curated and already set out and aligned for them before they even reach, puberty. So I would love to give him the opportunity as much as I can to curate that life himself. Okay, so number three is that I don't really have his consent to share images or videos of him. So obviously I think my son is a genius, but he's still a baby, so he really does not have the capacity to consent to me sharing any kind of videos or images of him. I made the decision to have a YouTube channel and share content on it every week with you guys. My son, however, did not. And don't get me wrong, we take so many photos. The camera on my phone is completely full. However, until he's old enough to consent to me sharing all of these images online, I'm just gonna have to keep them to myself. And finally, probably the bottom line here is just the fact that my husband asked me not to put images online. So back when I was pregnant, this was something that my husband and I really fought over. I thought I was gonna feel so unsatisfied not being able to share my one true love and joy and the thing I'm most proud of online with all of you guys. But he was adamant that that was something that was, personal and something that we should really keep between our family and our friends and the people who actually know us. And at the time I didn't really understand. But now that I'm a mom, I can see his perspective. And more importantly, I just had to respect that this was his real kind of one true wish. Listen, when it comes to parenting, there's gonna be things that you guys disagree on, and there's gonna have to be a lot of give and take. And when it comes to taking photos online, this was something that was really, really important to my husband, and it was something that I just had to compromise on. So let me talk about that compromise for a second. So one of the things that we agreed that we would do is create a private little Facebook photo album where I've added my close friends and family so that they can see all those milestones that I'm so proud of. So I can share photos and videos of my baby growing up, and I don't have to feel like my family, who don't get to see him very often, have no clue what's going on. So for us, it was really about kind of putting up some of those privacy settings that made us feel a lot more confident and comfortable sharing some of those images online. And then the other thing that I've kind of been doing is you'll occasionally see photos of kind of non-distinguishable elements of my son online. So whether that's like hands or feet or legs or the back of his head, things that kind of give you guys the heads up that, yeah, he still actually exists. You know, I want to make sure that I'm being genuine when it comes to my social media. And the fact of the matter is that my son is like 95% of my life. And if I am kind of hiding him from you guys, I would feel like I'm not being true to who I am. And right now, who I am is ultimately a mom, and who's a huge, huge, huge part of my day. But I'm just trying to kind of protect his identity by not showing his face or using his full name. So guys, I hope that this kind of cleared up a lot of your questions around why you don't get to see photos of Mr. Baby E all the time. But I would love to hear from you guys. I would love to know, do you guys share photos of your babies online? If you do or don't, I would love to know what you've done to kind of create some of those healthy boundaries around safety precautions, or what's made you feel a little bit more comfortable about sharing photos. Definitely leave me a comment below. If you love this video, please give me the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I will definitely see you next time on Abby's Kitchen. Bye.